This report tries to answer the question, did weed help young people in Michigan? And this report reviews a death trend. If weed was helping kids in Michigan, we would see deaths decrease. But instead, we see deaths drastically increase after weed came to town. Because what happened is weed came here medicinally in 2008, in which it was heavily overprescribed. And when that happens, weed always hits young people in the area. And tragically, deaths always increase when that happens. And that happened here in Michigan. And when mind altering substances increase in an area, accidents, suicides, deaths, homelessness, runaways, prostitution, violence, human trafficking, theft, arrest, child abuse, and sickness increase due to the high drunk deceiving effect mind altering substances have on a person. And marijuana, alcohol, vape, nicotine, Xanax are mind altering substances that are increasing at the same time as illicit substances are increasing. So it's a lie when people say, well, weed's better than opiates. Well, it's not that it's better, it's that they're both going on at the same time. And weed is feeding, it's leading young people right into the opiates, the exact opposite of what we want. So, and illicit substances that are increasing at the same time are meth, cocaine, opiates, hallucinogens, and it's devastating what's happening. So right here is 2008. This report looks at deaths in 4-year increments. Each time we get more deaths, we add it together. So we just started doing 4-year increments with the next latest data. And here you can see 2005 to 2008, and 2001 to 2004. So 2001 to 2004, going into 2005 to 2008, we actually saw death decrease. After that, after medicinal went into effect, 2009 to 2012, deaths increased in Michigan in the young age group, ages 15 to 34. And that continued every year after that. And I want to say, this yellow part right here, it's comparing deaths before, I'll call it the WACO vote, the Washington, Colorado 2012 vote. So you can see in Michigan, after that happened, it created advertising and a substance acting as if it was like this magical thing that cured things, when in reality, it's an addictive, mind-altering substance that is leading kids right into the hard stuff. And I don't believe it was done intentionally. I believe that when the weed came here, I think they were trying to save lives of people that were addicted to opiates, but the sad effect is that the overflow reached young people. And although it may have saved a few older people, what it's doing is it's increasing deaths in the young population, which is horrific. And I just want to say this. Children indeed are a heritage from the Lord and fruit of the womb. Like, God does not want any young person to die young. He wants us to live our lives out fully in Him. Jesus is the way, John 14:6. Create the kingdom of God. Recovery is good, a great blessing. Jesus is the way, always. For any situation, we always need to study the Bible to find out what's the best choice in a situation, and Jesus always supports recovery. So I'm just saying, and so should we. We should be doing everything possible to find out how we can stop. We should prohibit advertising mind-altering substances at this time, all of them, to get that out of the young crowd, because this is horrific, a sickening thing going on in Michigan, a horrific young death increase. And it's not happening because the population is increasing in the young crowd. If we look at the population during the same period, our population is decreasing in the young age group. So deaths should decrease. They're not. So what that's showing is that weed is actually increasing young deaths. And it's hard for a young person that's strong. Young people are strong, and God made them to grow. So for them to go down, substance potency had to increase a lot, which it did. Both weed, cocaine, like every substance, companies are acting like increasing the potency is increasing the product. It isn't. What it's doing is increasing addiction, which leads people to young death. Instead, what we need to do is support recovery, come back to church. 3 times Jesus asked his disciple to feed my sheep, John 21:17. 3 times we are told to teach kids about God saving a nation, Israel, out of Egypt. At that same time, like, people wonder, was there ever a time when kids were dying like they are today? They were. In Egypt, although they were dying at a much younger age as infants, there was a bad Pharaoh that was just trying to kill the nation Israel, the kids, because he was jealous of them. And it says that we, in the Bible, that we have a spiritual enemy that is jealous of us, and many of these kids that are dying are Christians. So, but anyways, God commands us to teach Deuteronomy 6:7, 4, 9, and 10, and Psalm 78:4. God saved, resurrected Jesus to forgive us, to recover us, a free gift from God. It is not the will of the Father, which is in heaven, that any of these little ones should perish. Matthew 18:14. So I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page as this. If we're not stepping up our act and supporting life and recovery, then we're not following Jesus. We're going in the wrong direction. Because Jesus absolutely supports life and recovery, always. So I just want to show you again. Since weed came into effect 2008 right here, and then when did rec come into effect? Somewhere in 2018, I think it was. And you can see young deaths are skyrocketing. We need to change adult use to 35 years old to get it out of the young crowd. We can grandfather in the current ones, but we need to save the young population, and to do that we need to get these substances out of the young crowd.